deep in the heart of the whispering woods, where sunlight danced through emerald leaves and streams, sang lullabies to the stones, lived a big brown bear named Boro. Boro was strong, calm, and quiet. He spent his days fishing in the Crystal River, collecting berries and napping beneath the tall oak trees. But inside, Boro felt something missing: oneliness. Everywhere he looked, he saw friendship. Deer playing in pairs, birds flying together, rabbits hopping side by side. Yet he always walked alone. "Maybe I'm too big for friends," he sighed. One day, gazing at his reflection in the water, no one wants to be around a heavy-footed bear. The forest, though full of sound, felt silent for him. High above the same forest fluttered a tiny butterfly named Lily. Her wings shimmered like morning sunshine, one side golden, the other sapphire blue. Lily loved adventure and was always curious about everything. While most butterflies danced near flowers, Lily wanted to see beyond. She wanted to explore the river, the trees, and even the mountains. But her friends laughed. "Mountains are no place for butterflies," they said. "Stay here, Lily. You'll get lost." But Lily wasn't afraid of being lost. She was afraid of not discovering. One afternoon, while following a strange sweet scent near the river, a gust of wind swept her down, tumbling and spinning until she landed softly on something furry. "Whoa!" she gasped. "What's this?" It wasn't a flower. It was Boro, the bear. Boro blinked in surprise. What are you doing on my nose?" he asked in his deep, rumbling voice. Lily laughed nervously. "Oh, sorry, the wind pushed me here. I didn't mean to crash into your face," Boro chuckled, something he hadn't done in months. "That's all right, little one. You weigh less than a raindrop." Lily fluttered her wings proudly. "I'm Lilia, and you are Boro, the bear." "The lonely bear," she teased. Boro's smile faded. "How do you know I'm lonely?" Lily twirled Midner. "I can see it in your eyes. They look like clouds waiting for sunshine." He looked at her tiny body, glowing in the sunlight. "You talk a lot for someone so small, and you say very little for someone so big," she replied with a wink. And that was how it began, a strange, funny friendship between a giant bear and a tiny butterfly. From that day, Boro and Lily were inseparable. Every morning, Lily would wake Boro by tickling his ear. "Rise and shine, Big Bear, the world is waiting." Together, they explored the forest burrow, lumbering slowly while Lila zipped ahead like a beam of color. She showed him the tiniest wonders he'd never noticed before. How ants carried leaves 10 times their size. How dew sparkled like diamonds. How birds built homes out of hope and straw. And Boro showed her his world too, how to catch fish without getting wet, how to find the sweetest berries, and how the forest whispered secrets through the wind at night. They laughed together, watched sunsets, and sometimes just sat silently by the river. No words, just friendship, for the first time. Boro's heart felt light. And for the first time, Lily felt safe. One afternoon, the forest sky darkened suddenly. Thunder roared. The trees bent low under the furious wind. It was the worst storm the whispering woods had seen in years. Boro shouted, trying to shield her with his paw. "I'm here!" she cried, clinging to his fur. But a violent gust tore her away, tossing her into the stormy air. "Boro!" she screamed. He ran, crashing through trees, searching desperately. The rain blinded him, but he didn't stop. At dawn, when the storm calmed, Boro searched the ground, the riverbanks, the branch, but Lily was gone. He sat under a broken tree, heart heavy as stone. "She was too small for such a big storm," he whispered, "and I couldn't protect her." The forest felt empty again. Days passed, then weeks. Boro stopped fishing. He stopped exploring. He just waited, hoping, somehow, she'd return. One quiet morning, as golden sunlight bathed the forest, Boro heard a faint whisper. "Boro." He looked up. There on a blooming wildflower sat a familiar sparkle, golden and blue wings shimmering in the light. Lily, he gasped. She smiled weakly. Took me a while to dry my wings. Boro's eyes filled with tears of joy. I thought I lost you forever. Never, she said softly. I may be small, but I always find my way back to those who care. He gently lifted her onto his paw. You're stronger than you look, little one, and you're softer than you seem, she smiled. They both laughed, that warm, familiar laugh that echoed through the woods again. After that day, their bond grew even deeper. Every creature in the forest noticed. The rabbits stopped to watch the giant bear, and the tiny butterfly wandered together. The birds sang songs about the gentle giant and his winged friend. One evening, as they watched the sunset, Lily said, "You know, Boro, you once said you were too big for friends. But look at us now." He smiled, "And you once said you might get lost. Yet here you are, leading me every day." She fluttered to his nose and whispered, "Maybe friendship isn't about size or shape. It's about seeing the world together from both the ground and the sky." Boro nodded. "And about never giving up on each other." As years passed, the forest changed its colors, green to gold, gold to white, then back to green again. But the friendship of the bear and butterfly stayed as bright as ever. When Lily rested her wings during winter, Boro guarded her carefully, keeping her safe inside a hollow tree warmed by moss. And when spring returned, Lily would wake him with her favorite line, "Rise and shine, Big Bear, the world is waiting." The Whispering Woods became known for one special story of a tiny butterfly who taught a bear how to see beauty, and a big bear who taught a butterfly what safety feels like. Every animal, every bird, and even the winds carried their story across the valleys. And if you ever walk deep into the forest, you might still hear the sound of a bear laughing softly, and the flutter of tiny wings above him. Because some friendships, no matter how different, are meant to last forever.